Hello and welcome back to CanPetEat.com, where we help you determine which foods your pet can and cannot eat. In this video, we are going to answer the question, can dogs eat lollipops? In this video, we will explain exactly what lollipops are, why dogs can or cannot eat them, and more. We'll also share with you a few foods that are similar that they should absolutely stay away from. So, be sure to watch this entire video to learn if your dog can eat lollipops. Be sure to like, subscribe, and pour the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. Also, click the first link in the description for a free guide to train your dog. Question of the day: what has your dog gotten into that scared the daylights out of you? Comment below and your comment may be pinned and featured in a future video. Can dogs eat lollipops? That is the question that many dog owners have been asking themselves for years. So we will answer that question and more. Unfortunately, we can't give you a definitive yes or no answer on whether or not your dog can eat a lollipop, but we can tell you all of the risks involved with giving your pup a sugar high. What are lollipops? Lollipops are types of confections. They are sweet, consisting of boiled sugar or sucrose molded into a hard round shape on an elongated stick and then hardened as it cools. Lollipops have been around since the 1800s, but they were first mass-marketed in 1948 by Bob Eskimo Pie Man Taylor, who wanted to invent a treat for children that would keep their teeth clean, so he made lollipops with fluoride incorporated. Lollipops are sugary treats that you can find in many different flavors and colors. However, they may not be very healthy for your dog. Food family of lollipops. Lollipops are not typically found in the food family. However, dogs can eat lollipops as long as they are responsibly and do not make up a large portion of their daily diet. Lollipop ingredients include sugar, corn syrup, or high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors including red 40 Lake and yellow 6, and flavors such as peppermint oil, spearmint oil, anise seed, or cinnamon flavor extract. Lollipops may also contain coconut oil, which has been known to cause diarrhea for some dogs when ingested too quickly. In addition to these ingredients that could upset your dog's stomach if eaten in excess amounts, there is a risk of choking due to the stick used on most lollipops. Can dogs eat lollipops? We are pretty sure that any pet owner has experienced this question at least once in their life. Can my dog eat lollipops? At first, many people might say no because it's candy, and dogs should not have sugar. However, if you do some research into the food families of lollipops, candy, you will find out that they are actually one of the safest foods to feed your dog. Lollipops contain mostly corn syrup or glucose, both of which come from plant sources and break down much easier than other sugars like sucrose or fructose due to their lack of a free carbon atom on the molecule chain. Corn syrup gives plants energy through photosynthesis, while glucose provides animals with energy by breaking down in the body to produce ATP, adenosine triphosphate. In addition, corn syrup and glucose are water-soluble, which means they quickly get absorbed through your dog's intestinal wall. This makes them a good source of energy for dogs. Best way to feed your dog lollipops. Here are the top methods to feed your dogs healthily. Give your dog a lollipop for good behavior. For good behavior, give your dog a lollipop. Lollipops are made of different ingredients than what dogs typically eat, so you should not feed them to pets regularly. When giving your pet this treat for good behavior, make sure that it is small and low calorie, and sugar-free if possible. Use the lollipop as a reward for training. When your dog has the training, you can use a lollipop as a reward for good behavior. Although the lollipop is not recommended to be consumed by animals, it's okay if your dog eats one occasionally. It has been seen that dogs have no problems eating or digesting this type of candy. Remember to stay close in case your dog needs some help from you. However, it can cause vomiting and diarrhea if you feed frequently and in large amounts. Put one in their water dish to keep them hydrated. You can put one in their water dish to keep them hydrated during hot days. If you do not want to use a lollipop, other things can be used in their water dish instead, such as ice cubes or even frozen vegetables like peas and corn. Place it on top of their food or mix it into their meal. One of the easiest ways is to place it on their food or mix it into their meal if they're picky eaters. You can also place a few slivers of the lollipop on top of your dog's normal kibble to encourage them to try new things and stay hydrated at the same time. This is especially useful for older dogs because these types of candy could be hard for them to chew up, which means you may have trouble getting them to eat it. Also, lollipops are much softer than other foods, so make sure that your dog will not choke when eating this type of treatment. Cut up and put it inside of a Kong toy. Cut up the lollipop and put it inside a Kong toy to make sure they get enough exercise after eating it. You can also give your dog something chewy like beef trachea so that their teeth will be cleaned while lowering any possible allergies or sensitivities they may have. If you are not comfortable giving them candy, other healthy treats will work just as well, such as carrots, bananas, apples, or broccoli. Just cut these into small pieces so that your pet does not choke on anything too big before finishing off the rest of his meal with regular food for dessert. Reasons why dogs can eat lollipops. Of course, we don't deny our dogs the crunch of lollipops. Here are some good reasons why your dog may enjoy lollipops. Dogs respond to sugar. Dogs respond to sugar, so they will most likely love lollipops. They may not be able to eat them all at once, though, because of the high sugar content. Dogs also respond better when their owners are around and can help keep them under control while getting a treat like this one. Lollipop sticks could pose a problem for dogs that try to take down the entire candy on their own. In addition, owners should avoid letting their pets chew or swallow these since it could lead to choking and intestinal blockages if no other issues arise from just eating part of it at first. Carbs in lollipops give energy and fuel. In a lollipop, sugar is the main source of carbs. Carbs are basically sugars and starches in our food that give us energy when they break down during digestion. The most common carbohydrate found in candy is sucrose, which breaks down into glucose, a simple sugar with calories your dog can digest to get quick fuel for his body. Since there's little nutritional value to candy, this isn't good news, but it won't hurt him if he eats some once or twice a year on Halloween or Easter. Possible concerns when eating lollipops. When your dog is scared by lollipops, they may experience the following symptoms. Diarrhea. Your dogs may love lollipops, but there's a good chance it will cause diarrhea. Lollipops are generally safe for dogs to eat in small amounts. If their owner is around, they can take the lollipop away before any problems occur. However, just like with people, eating too much candy or sweets can lead to an upset stomach. Stomach ache. Lollipops are not meant to be eaten by dogs or humans. The hard candy shell poses a choking hazard, and the sugary center can upset their stomach. It's best to monitor your dog if they try eating lollipops, but it is safe for them to eat small pieces that break off in most cases. If you notice signs of illness after they have consumed part of a lollipop, such as vomiting, diarrhea, or excessive drooling, seek vet care immediately. Keep in mind that some vets may recommend keeping an eye out for any adverse reactions, while others will say there is no reason to worry about your dog enjoying one occasionally. Pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is a disease in which the pancreas becomes inflamed and doesn't function properly. For example, if your dog eats lollipops, it can cause pancreatitis. Symptoms of pancreatitis usually include vomiting, diarrhea, lack of appetite, and abdominal pain. Even though this sounds bad enough as it is, if left untreated or undiagnosed for too long, dogs could develop serious secondary problems that will make their quality of life much worse. Pancreatitis tends to affect older dogs, but there are also cases where puppies get diagnosed with the condition. Mostly smaller breeds like Dachshund tend to suffer from it more frequently than larger ones. In any case, when dealing with either age group, you should be extra careful because even small amounts of candy can cause pancreatitis in dogs. Signs your dog is sick from eating lollipops. Lollipops can be fed to your dog in limited quantities, so if you see any of these symptoms, it's time for your dog to visit a vet. Obesity. If your dogs eat too many lollipops, it can cause obesity. Unfortunately, many pet owners give their dogs lollipops thinking that they are safe treats to feed them. But, in reality, there is no evidence showing that lollipops are digestible for your dog's body. Also, if you find the sugar content too high when reading the ingredients of a specific brand of candy/lollipop, then avoid feeding it to your pooch. There have been reports about pets getting sick after eating lollipops made with artificial sweeteners like xylitol. This type of ingredient can make your dog suffer from vomiting and diarrhea. Dental problems. Dental problems of dogs from eating lollipops include dental decay and oral health. Dogs can develop cavities by chewing on hard candy, also referred to as sugar or candy. Hard candies are not easily dissolved in the mouth like some sugary foods that people eat because dogs don't produce saliva while they're eating, unlike humans. So sugar stays on their teeth longer, causing tooth damage if it goes unfollowed up. Although most dog owners know this better than anyone else, some still feel tempted to give their pups a sweet treat now and then. Unfortunately, lollipop accidents happen so often with dogs who love them too much. This type of problem may lead owners to think that their dog has a sweet tooth or to think that it's okay for them to have this candy from time to time. Hormonal imbalances. Your dog may experience hormonal imbalances from eating a lollipop because of the sugar content. Lollipops may also contain xylitol, which is an artificial sweetener that can be dangerous to dogs. What to do if your dog is sick from eating lollipops? If your dog is sick after eating lollipops, you'll need to take it to a vet. The following will help with whether or not your dog needs immediate medical attention. Does the lollipop have any preservatives? If so, most likely, it will make your dog sick. However, keep an eye on the amount of time it takes for symptoms to show up. If they appear and disappear relatively quickly, and do not reappear again, then perhaps the stomach flu caused them, and all that's needed is bed rest and food. However, if symptoms persist over 24 hours after ingestion of the candy, call a vet immediately as this may indicate poisoning. Symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, sometimes bloody, lethargy, or lack of appetite. A safe amount of lollipops a dog can eat before getting sick. A dog can eat a lollipop in moderation, but it is best to ask your vet if you are unsure. Lollipops contain sugar which may make them unsafe for dogs with diabetes. A diabetic dog would need to consume too many lollipops before getting sick or having any serious medical problems resulting from the lollipop's fat-containing cream filling. On average, most people feed their dogs one lollipop a week at most. If you worry about feeding your pet this much candy, other options include giving them some green bean treats instead. Hopefully, we've helped you decide if the food was safe to eat. If we did, be sure to check out a free guide to turn your good doggy into a great doggo. Also, comment below if you'd like us to help you determine if your pet can eat other types of foods. Disclaimer: Can Pet Eat does not intend to provide veterinary advice. We go to great lengths to help users better understand their dogs. However, the information provided is not a substitute for veterinary guidance. Please be advised we are not veterinarians. Always consult your veterinarian.